So with my role, what I basically end up doing is I work with the business to create solutions for them using things like SharePoint or Flow or Power Automate, whatever you want to call it now. We were using SharePoint 2010, and it was more so kind of an end of life thing. I think like it was basically like you either upgraded to 2013 at the time, or it was getting close to the 2016 version, or you go to Office 365, and I think they finally just decided to make the jump to go full cloud. So it was about 1.5 terabytes, and it was about 1,100 sites. $10 months. Yeah, it was 10 months. We wanted an easy way to move content between sites, just in case like we needed to do that again. And also to be able to map metadata between sites in case they happen to not be the exact same type of field. We did use that, and what that helped us to do was to create we had this spreadsheet of all of our sites in our environment, and from there we were able to group based off activity and amount of content. We were able to put the sites into migration waves, and that was basically what got us to start, or in the planning phase of our migration, was using that tool. Yes. I think downtime is a pretty big issue with just about everybody. I don't think a lot of people realize how big it is until it's down. So that was one of the things that we tried to do with our migration, is we broke it up into waves, and we would basically make it where like our whole process was where we would take these sites, we'd talk to site owners and tell them when they were going to move. And then, so once that day would come, that Monday, we would move all of the content from 2010, or not move, we would copy the content from 2010 into Office 365 and do a new site. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we would basically check to make sure everything kind of worked all right. And then on Thursday night, we would migrate any changes that happened in 2010 over into Office 365, and then Friday morning, we would cut permissions to 2010, and then people were now using that site in SharePoint Online into Office 365. So we were able to do that pretty easily with the pre-built plan feature. So you basically set everything up beforehand, and then that helped us to move the deltas on Thursday, and all we had to do was basically just click run. So that helped a lot. I will say that it did save a ton of time to have the pre-built plans and for the incrementals, because I mean, we already knew what we wanted to move, we just wanted to move changes. So instead of having to rebuild everything out, we had this is our plan, and then we just reran it on Thursday night, and everything worked out. Yep, we flattened everything out in the site collection. So we had everything in subsites the way I guess everyone pretty much did it before. And we saw this as an opportunity to break every subsite out into its own site collection. Yeah, I would say if you have the opportunity to invest in something to help you out with this, I would definitely say do so. From planning to execution to testing of the migration, that's a full-time job right there. So we were lucky enough to also have contractors to help us with day-to-day work while we were doing this migration, because there was no way we could have done this on our own.